A formidable team in Wausau West led by a player with the username of Taco. A team in Waukesha West who is looking to go back to state for a second consecutive season and try to get the number one spot. A team in Wisconsin Lutheran has been pretty solid in the regular season, trying to transition that into consistent playoff contention. And Fox Valley Lutheran kicking off a brand new era in the team's history. I am Andrew Jr., your fellow Wisconsin commentator, joining you all once again for I don't know who's keeping track here, but I've been here for a while. You guys know that. I'm always happy to be here to broadcast some Wausau Rocket League Winter 2026 Week 3 doubleheader. Yes, doubleheader. We will have a doubleheader today. Wausau West versus Waukesha West. Say that sentence 5 times fast. I'm sure you will mess that up at least a couple times. Will be our 4 p.m. matchup. Wausau West 1-0, Waukesha West 4-0, and later on we will have Wisconsin Lutheran 3-1 versus Fox Valley Lutheran, who is actually 4-1, as I was informed by Coach Nolte that their 4 p.m. Fox Valley's match was a forfeit. So that out of the way, let's get into the team notes real quick. So for the side of Wausau West, their starting roster looks like this: Taco, Where's J-Lie, Sluxy, and Walking Short. All of them are sophomores. In-game rankings for them: GC ones for Taco and J-Lie, Champ 2 for Sluxy, and mid to low champ for their fourth Walking Short. In Winter 2024, for those of you who did not know, Wausau West finished in the upper middle portion of the standings in Division 1, 9-5 overall, you see in the green text. Eliminated in the first round of playoffs, though. In Winter 2025, this previous season, regular season 6-8 overall, 23-25 game record, finished 13th out of 24 teams in Division 1. They were the 13th seed. However, they were first rounded by number 4 Chippewa Falls 3-0. So far this season for the Warriors, they are 1-0 overall, 3-0 game record. They're currently ranked 9th in Division 1 due to makeup matches, as you see in the orange text. So for week 1, they had a bye in their 4 p.m. slot. Week 1, match 2 at the 5 p.m. slot, they defeated the starting roster of Port Washington 3-0, which was a surprise to a lot of people, including myself. So they're definitely a formidable force for sure. Port Washington's still kind of working things out. I know they've been testing out, new rosters and whatnot sometime during this season as well. So it'll be one to watch out for as well. Week 2, they have their Whitnall and Bayport matches both postponed. When I looked earlier, they were not completed yet. I'm hoping they're going to get completed sometime this week. As it says, Wausau West will make up these matches soon. Over to Waukesha West, Division 1. Starting roster: IrxFire Junior, Swyrvs, Schmiddy, and Juice, their sub. IrxFire Junior, a grand champion 2. Swyrvs, a senior, a champion 3. Schmiddy, senior, first year player, champion 3. Juice, first year player as well, no rank listed. For Winter 2024, the Wolverines, second seed in Division 1. They took out number 15 seeded Port Washington, lost in the quarterfinal to Whitefish Bay 3-1. Finished in the top 8 portion of the Division 1 playoffs. Winter 2025, 13-1 overall, 40-7 game record, finished third out of 24 teams in Division 1. They were the third seed, this time around. First round win against Green Bay Southwest, and a first round quarterfinal win against number 11 Magwanago. And what a stream that was. If you know, you know. It was a 3-0 sweep for Waukesha West, but it did not feel like that. Magwanago was such a, hard as nails team last season that, I feel like doesn't really get talked about too often. But they were definitely a force to be reckoned with for sure. Gave their best efforts in that game 3. It was a 5-minute overtime, and Waukesha West came out on top. Swyrvs hitting the game-winning shot. Waukesha West having 17 total saves, so that gives you a little bit of an indicator on how great they are on defense. Semifinal, they took out Sheboygan South. Grand final, they lost to number 1 Case Walden 3. No shame in losing that one. Case Walden was definitely the top team for Winter 2025 Division 1. So far this season in Winter 2026, 4-0 overall, 12-0 game record, currently ranked 4th in Division 1 standings. Week 1, they had a forfeit win against Oak Creek, and for those who do not know, Oak Creek did forfeit their entire season, unfortunately. That second slot, they took out Fox Valley Lutheran. Week 2, they had wins secured against Bayport and Whitnall. Both were 3-0 victories. So that is all for the notes as far as these two teams go. So I will go ahead and get the lobby set up here for both of our competing teams in the 4 p.m. slot. And we should be getting going here very shortly. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Winter 2026 Wausau Week 3 doubleheader stream for Rocket League. We have Wausau West versus Waukesha West at the kickoff in a matter of minutes, and we will have Wisconsin Lutheran versus the new look Fox Valley Lutheran team later on in the broadcast. Also, for those of you who do not know, we now use Borrow for the score overlay. So thank you to everybody who always provides me feedback on these streams. I know streaming from home, it's one of those unique things I get to do, but, definitely want to have some, input on the side as far as like, people that watch the broadcast and stuff go, just to, figure out what more can we do to, up the quality a little bit. I know my PC is a little bit dated, so I'm a little bit limited with what I can do with that. But as far as like using Borrow or anything like that, it works pretty good. I saw Yamo in the chat. What is up? I am certain we will have Martin Luther on the stream at least once, maybe twice this season, but we shall see. But yeah, this should be a pretty marquee matchup. I mean, Waukesha West, as I expressed before in, sort of my notes before the game on social media, I mean, this team is determined to win a championship. I mean, like I said before, they had lost to Case Walden, no shame in that, but I mean, that determination factor, and to still have IrxFire and Swyrvs. I mean, Swyrvs is a senior. This is his last season. IrxFire will be there for this season and next season. So Waukesha West, that championship window is closing just a little bit tighter than it was last year. So, I mean, they've got another crack at it, I think, this season. But, I mean, this match right here, this feels to me like a playoff match, considering how well Wausau West played in week 1. So, this is why we watch these streams. This is why we produce the streams the way that we do, to make sure we get some great matches like this one. And I absolutely cannot wait to get this one started. Just making sure that both coaches for the respective teams get the in-game lobby code. If you did not tune in last week, we did not have a official doubleheader. That is because St. Croix and Little Wolf was called off due to inclement weather in the St. Croix and Little Wolf area in Wisconsin. Reports of fog and icy roads out of Coach Brood of the Panthers. So definitely want to make sure, all the kids are safe, everybody's safe, and don't try to force anything on those icy roads. I know that's definitely a hazard for sure. And we did have Random Lake versus Freedom on the stream. And we had Coach Itzen from Random Lake actually join us on the stream, give us a little bit of insight about how the team is, meshing together after, losing so many great players. I mean, they've got Chili, their freshman player, who looked really great in that game against Freedom. It was just, again, Random Lake needing to be more coordinated on offense and defense. But again, that just comes with time. So something like that is bound to happen for sure. On the side of Freedom, they played without Nebby, and they look great. Dawboss and crew handled their business. I mean, they looked very well, very poised on the offensive side, which I found pretty great, considering that, Freedom has, had it a little bit rough the past couple seasons. So it's nice to see that they have other people in there as well to sort of, pick up the slack when a player like Nebby, can't make the games. So that was a positive I took away from the side of Freedom. Positive of Random Lake. I mean, you just keep building. keep building on that roster and you keep materializing it, you know, one day you'll get to the top. I mean, that's what happened with, you know, teams such as Fox Valley Lutheran, Waukesha South. I mean, they just kept building on. They got, you know, really great players early on, and they just, you know, kept things consistent. That is sort of that winning formula as well. And I've got no doubts a young team like Martin Luther is probably going to do the same thing. And you've got Yamo in his sophomore year, and you know, he's one of the most talented Rocket League players we've seen in Wausau. So, you know, just little nooks and crannies like that keep this interesting, especially for me as sort of the, you know, unique journalist here, you know, serving you all with Wausau commentary for Rocket League for the past few years. So definitely some great stuff happening in this league. Even though as time goes on, you know, the players that we saw one day, you know, all of a sudden they're graduated. So a little bittersweet at times for sure, but I mean, it's all preserving the history and the legacy of this league. So always proud to be a part of it. Wausau West should be joining in soon, probably warming up for a couple more minutes. We have Waukesha West in the lobby. So I would anticipate this to be a very competitive series. It's going to be probably one of them that, you know, gets me out of my chair and whatnot. So we shall see what's going to transpire here. And we are ready to go. Off with game number 1. Best of 5 between Wausau West in the blue and Waukesha West in the orange. Mao is going to put that one up. Try to center that one for Taco immediately. That one gets blocked up by Swyrvs. Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, you will see how, you know, formidable Waukesha West has been historically on defense, but no one's in the net now. J-Lie just missing it. That was sort of a, you know, fast break opportunity for the Warriors that was just cut off. IrxFire making it look easy. The save, pinching it from the right side wall. Taco's up now. Beat Schmiddy to the ball. Swyrvs acrobatic save there. Schmiddy with the demo on the Mao. Taco with the center. Direct pass from IrxFire over to Swyrvs. Schmiddy and IrxFire. Power of friendship usually works. Definitely something that they don't really teach you, you know, that you need to do is double commit, but you know, in a case like that could work. Schmiddy pops this one up. Oh, he accidentally backflips. I hate when that happens to me, especially. And as I'm learning more to, you know, double jump and whatnot, you know, that's one of the common occurrences. Wow, with a great goal line defense. Taco with the ball in space, trying to just flick it over one. He does, but it's wide of the net. Swyrvs carries it, pops it up in the air for Schmiddy. Knocks it down toward IrxFire, takes on some contact. It's an open net. Now one just might be in, and it is for IrxFire. And, you know, simple but effective there. IrxFire just finding the right angle on the right wall towards the Warriors' net. Puts it in for 1. 3:26 to go. Kickoff going in favor of Waukesha West, but Wausau putting it to the Wolverines. Mauau's there, center, and it's a save at the goal line from IrxFire. Now Swyrvs looking to center this one. Wow. Schmiddy gets demoed off. Taco keeps it going. IrxFire knocks it down into the corner of the Wolverines. Schmiddy's on that ball. Takes some contact from J-Lie. Taco with the powerful clear that's actually going to roll into a possible center, but IrxFire with the heads up clear. But again, it's been pretty neck and neck so far outside of that one goal. But Schmiddy's there. Tried to put in a second, but Taco with great shadow defense there. Taco pops it up for J-Lie. It's the center. I was there. Try to just resurface the ball. Just let Wausau West try to do something. Swyrvs with the save again. The goal line from Taco. And, you know, Wausau West has definitely been putting pressure on Waukesha West. But, you know, the thing is that the Wolverines are very powerful on the defensive side. You know, they've bent, but they haven't broken. Wausau West looking to change that soon. Mauau's shot is online, but it's a save by Schmiddy. A little over a minute and a half to go. Taco. Oh my goodness. IrxFire to Swyrvs for the clear. How do they keep doing this? IrxFire with the save. Schmiddy takes it toward the midline. Wausau West just sort of stalling on defense here. I mean, they're getting boost starved as well, I'm noticing, from Waukesha West, which is one of the reasons why Wausau West hasn't really been able to generate that much offense. Schmiddy to Swyrvs. Maybe a double. IrxFire underneath, but no. Now with the save. J-Lie trying to drive that one in. Try to lay it up, but Schmiddy's there for the save. Swyrvs. Gets it past midfield. IrxFire a little bit out of rotation there. J-Lie pops it up. Schmiddy is the first one to read it. IrxFire the demo. Less than a minute to go here. Taco on the goal line, but it's saved by IrxFire again. Wausau West just trying so desperately to get in the net. They just cannot do it. IrxFire launching that one. That might be in. No, it's not. Taco with the save. Swyrvs looking to recenter this one. Honestly, just try to keep it in Wausau West territory. J-Lie trying to connect with Taco. Over the middle, could not get it to go. Swyrvs trying to pass it off to Schmiddy. Gets intercepted by Taco. 15 seconds to go here. That's not a good rotation on defense for sure. J-Lie pinned to his corner. Misses the ball. In transition, Taco trying to desperately keep this up. J-Lie's there. Oh, what a save from Swyrvs, but it's still up. J-Lie's there. And at the goal line by IrxFire, and a great defensive showcase from Waukesha West. Wow, I feel like I'm going to mess up one of these two teams' names. If I do multiple times, I apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, wow, what a defensive showcase from Waukesha West. I mean, 9 saves, and they get the 1 goal from IrxFire. And, you know, on the side of Wausau West, you know, they shot about 13 times. So Waukesha West definitely used to that workload for sure. We are on with game number 2. Ball dropped down immediately following the kickoff, but IrxFire there for the clear. Swyrvs takes on a demo. Mao gets the ball over him, though. J-Lie off the crossbar again. And a couple of those instances towards the end, we saw that Warriors had a little bit of trouble just putting the ball in the net. I mean, it just goes above the crossbar, and that's the worst feeling you can have as a Rocket League player, you know, especially in a match like this. To just not have the shot go your way. You feel good. You have the hot hand. IrxFire with the demo. On the Taco. That one's going to bounce straight down, but Waukesha West just so potent on defense, so confident in themselves. Swyrvs launching that one. Taco having to do a little bit extra there. Runs out of boost. Mao is there. Schmiddy there as well. IrxFire with the pinch. Nobody there to quite read it. Swyrvs turns away wisely. J-Lie puts it in Wolverine territory. That's the center, but again, no one really able to get some spacing on the side of Wausau West. Maybe you look for a couple demos potentially against either IrxFire or Swyrvs, maybe even Schmiddy. Just try to get some kind of physicality going, because we know that Wolverines have done a little bit of demoing throughout that first game. Let's see what happens here. Schmiddy going to take the right mid. Pops it up for Swyrvs. Mao is there. J-Lie coming underneath. He's trying to establish something. Taco's under that, and it's not in. IrxFire with a save. Takes out one. Just gets it over the wall. The fact that you're able to just do that and get the pass off too is brilliant out of Waukesha West. But again, Wausau West is now heating things up on their defensive side, and Swyrvs is there for the save. Mao's going to cut that towards the mid. Taco's going to be the first one to meet it. J-Li is there, but Schmiddy, just great anticipation from this Waukesha West defense. J-Li looking for the center. Schmiddy knocks it away. IrxFire going up, has an opening for a second, but J-Li there for the save. Schmiddy knocking that one down. An interesting bounce, wins the 50. Taco is there for the save, though. Now pops it up for Taco, but again, the problem is they're just getting boost starved and having to use their boost a lot more than they would like to. Speaking, of course, about the Warriors. A little over 2 minutes to go here. Now on limited boost, and again, you know, all three members just not able to do much with minimal boost. It's a hard ask, you know, to do something with minimal boost. Basically, you know, half the match. That one's the center. Taco there in transition, and that one is not in as well. Now with the save, IrxFire with the center. It's all of it, but it's too high. It swerves underneath. Mao barely saving that one. Little assist from the corner post. IrxFire off the sidewall. Trying to put something in, could not do it. Schmiddy is there. Limited boost. J-Li slightly hits it towards the midline. Ow. Just trying to stall out here, but you can't stall out against a hyper-aggressive team like Waukesha West, who will just take any opportunity they can get. A center and a demo. A little 2-for-1 action. Oh my goodness, and Schmiddy finds the net. Wow. What a play from Schmiddy, and J-Li. Man, that's a tough break for sure. He did everything he could to get that ball out of the net. Just unfortunate that the ball was just trapped under the crossbar while he was trying to carry it at the top of his car. About 40 seconds to go here. J-Li with the goal line save. J-Li trying to put that through. Swyrvs there for the save. And again, it's going to have to come down to some demos. We're seeing that out of J-Li. That one's pinched down. Taco's there. Oh, no, he misses it. How many opportunities are you going to get like that if you're Wausau West? That was a potentially a golden opportunity there. Just could not come down with it. 7 seconds and counting to go. IrxFire with a massive clear. That'll just force Wausau West back to their own half. J-Li gonna try to pass it over. Still popped up. J-Li is trying to stall. Taco collects the boost. Mao's there trying to keep it up himself, going up the wall, and it drops. And Waukesha West will take game number 2. And what has been a competitive series for the most part, but we're seeing in between the lines here, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing Waukesha West just be dominant on defense, dominant on offense, just, you know, being real field generals at all times, you know, just controlling where they want to be on the field at all times. Taco left the match. I wonder if that's disconnect. Taco is back. Okay, cool. Thought maybe we'd have to have a pause or something there, but we are here for game 3, and already Waukesha West has a chance to sweep. So We will see what transpires here. Wausau West a little bit clumped up on their half again. One popped up by Taco, but again, IrxFire and crew just establishing momentum already. Feels like for some of these defensive heavy teams, you know, they don't really need, you know, points on the board just yet to really, you know, assert their dominance. The points can really come later. Mao trying to drop that down, but Swyrvs goal line save. Mao is gonna turn out, try to defend the shot that's coming toward him. Does. Taco trying to read it underneath. Gets it past one. Takes the middle left boost. Just trying to get something going here. Taco trying to go for a little bit of a slow roller, but Schmiddy read that one efficiently. Now with the demo against Schmiddy. Taco with the center, just trying to slot it through. One there to back him up. Ball. Oh, it's going to be a double potentially for Schmiddy. Mao demo Swyrv. So we're seeing a little bit more demoing from the side of Wausau West. That one's popped up. Taco's in position, and it's still not there. Schmiddy with the save, and you know the fact that Waukesha West can sort of have that, you know, extra life, you know, in terms of having that second person always by the net as well as the primary person defending is just great as well. Oh, Mao almost sliding that one. It's watered down though. J-Li could not connect. IrxFire gets one over Taco. It's a 51 by Wausau West, but the ball goes back deep in the midfield. Swyrvs with the demo on the J-Li of 50. Taco trying to get there. He's out of position. Two members go for Waukesha West, come away with no goal. Swyrvs trying to launch this one. Maybe connect with Schmiddy over the middle. I'm not really sure. Just trying to take it slow. IrxFire going underneath. That's a save by Mao. It's a demo from Swyrvs. IrxFire's there for the save. So I'm just trying to take out Swyrvs, and they did. Mao with the save on the IrxFire shot. Gonna find a way to take IrxFire and Swyrvs out of the play. It's hard to do. Very difficult. Taco limited boost. That one gonna fall in? No, it's not. Schmiddy again with a great save, and IrxFire there in rotation already. These rotations are just snappy. Just like a 5G internet connection, just smooth and savvy on the part of Waukesha West. Schmiddy pops that one up towards mid. And one Mao by Swyrvs. Taco in transition gets shielded off by Schmiddy. Oh my goodness, another great save, Schmiddy. That ball was halfway from going in. It's as close as it gets for Wausau West. Schmiddy with the shot. That one saved in transition by Mao. Swyrvs with the center. Taco with the shot, and finally Wausau West gets in the net. Wow, I'm sure the nerves on the Warriors players are just going crazy right now. They just think, oh, when are we gonna get our goal? When are we gonna get our goal? But Taco is the one to do it, assisted by Mao, and it's 1-0, 54 seconds to go. Now backflips again. Had to look to challenge that off the kickoff. It was a good setup too. Taco with the demo on the IrxFire. J-Li with a couple touches. Taco following up. IrxFire caught in transition. That one's not in. J-Li puts it in for Wausau West. And yeah, I thought maybe Mao was going to go for it, but, you know, decided to just call himself off and say, J-Li, come hit this thing for us. 2-0, 27 seconds to go. Swyrvs. A little bit of a poke shot off the kickoff. That one's a center. J-Li's there. IrxFire trying to water one down for Swyrvs or Schmiddy, but isn't online. Gonna have to just take this one on the chin. A Game 3 victory for Wausau West. So at least they take one, and that is the first game that Waukesha West has lost this season. Not overall record, game record. So it would be 14-1 now. Yeah, they'd be 14-1 now. And Wausau West, I mean, yeah, they struck gold late in Game 3. They were able to, take advantage of Waukesha West, being caught in transition on offense. As we know, Waukesha West likes to be high octane when they possess the ball in their opponent's territory. But, when you get too acclimated to that and, players are not able to be ready on defense when a team like Wausau West is ready to strike, things could be disastrous. So we'll see what happens in Game 4. Still series points for Waukesha West. J-Li with the demo on the Swyrvs. One popped up. Taco beats Swyrvs to the boost in the corner. IrxFire trying to center that, has no boost. Swyrvs with the center, and Schmiddy is there to put it through for Waukesha West. So you score no goals in the entirety of Game 3. What do you do in the first minute? Yes, you score. Swyrvs to Schmiddy, and I've got to admire the way Schmiddy has taken on this third man role. Because speaking of the term man, Banana Man used to be the third player on this Waukesha West team. He graduated as of last summer, so Schmiddy, the current senior player, has taken over as that third man. And Schmiddy has been very formidable and, just gelled well with both Swyrvs and IrxFire. Taco looking for a double. IrxFire says, not in my house. Kimbe Mutombo type beat there for IrxFire on that clear. Just trying to make sure nothing happens, but Taco scores off of what was an interesting play here. Now IrxFire kind of just bumps into the ball as well as Taco shooting it. All right. So Wausau West gets a little bit of a breather there, and it's tied 1-1, 3:34 to go. IrxFire off the kickoff, just trying to set up something for his team. The thing to credit about Wausau West here is they're staying toe-to-toe with, one of the, projected best teams heading into the season in Waukesha West. So, Wausau West has definitely had, their lows in, seasons prior, but I mean, so far in winter 2026, they've had some pretty big highs. And, regardless of the result here, I think this is a positive showing out of Wausau West. IrxFire trying to pinch that off the wall. Flex. Possible pass from Wausau West. Schmiddy trying to get the center opportunity of his own. Swyrvs with the demo on the Taco. J-Li looking to flick it up. Has no boost. Trying to use the sidewall to get himself some momentum. Unsuccessful there. Taco coming underneath. IrxFire with a clear. Schmiddy kind of caught no man's land there. Gets a center. Mau's there. Schmiddy limited boost. J-Li there with the demo. So now Wausau West is countering what Waukesha West was doing in, games previous, games 1 and 2, just sort of running all over the field. Wausau West cut down that window as Mau scores for the Warriors. Get that set up from J-Li. I know he wanted to do more with that, but, you know, it's fortunate that that ball landed down the way that it did, and Mao was able to collect it. Now it's a 1-goal lead for Wausau West. 1:54 to go. Schmiddy off the kickoff, trying to get a fast one, but that's a save by Mao. J-Li has time. Going to take advantage of the open field, fix it over one, and oh, what a save from Schmiddy. I was going to say, Waukesha West a little bit too conservative on that defense there. Sort of allowing J-Li to take so much space. J-Li, that one's watered down, and Taco's there for another goal for Wausau West, and they're pouring it on here. Hold on. 2 unanswered goal, actually 3 unanswered goals. Forgot about the Taco goal while IrxFire was trying to defend it. 1:21 to go here. Swyrvs. Oh my goodness, J-Li, a save. 9 times out of 10 that goes in for Waukesha West. This is unreal. Taco with the save. Schmiddy with the demo. J-Li keeps it in position, and big thing for Wausau West, just chew the clock. J-Li with the demo on the Swyrvs, Schmiddy with the demo on the Taco, and Wausau West, or excuse me, Waukesha West sort of panicking a little bit on that defensive side, trying to get it off their half. Swyrvs with the possible center opportunity. Now with the carry. IrxFire with the water down. Schmiddy's up, and that's a save for Taco. Very risky maneuver there to be that deep in the net. Definitely don't want to have that be a habit, especially against a team like Waukesha West. Oh my goodness, Mao with a goal as well. Second of game 4. And the Warriors are clicking on all cylinders here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you know, we thought maybe it would have been a sweep for Waukesha West, but all of a sudden now we're going to be going to our first game 5 of the season. Unbeknownst that this is the first game 4 of the season, but we're going to a game 5, and like expressed previously, like I felt like this was going to be one of those playoff games that was going to come down to the wire, and fortunately for myself and everybody watching here, and everybody's going to be watching in the future, this is that playoff feel that I was talking about before. So 2-2 score here with game 5 to take shape shortly here. And I mean, the thing to talk about for Wausau West is they're finding quality over quantity. I mean, only 6 shots. Well, to be fair, well, I should just make the joke now. 6, 7. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 6 shots for Wausau West. Waukesha West, 7 shots. 6, 7. Yes, everybody has been saying that meme, and I thought that wouldn't take shape in these streams, but unfortunately, it was going to happen sooner or later. Apologies to the parents. All right, game 5. You can sort of be an unserious commentator when you need to be, just to lighten up the mood. Nonetheless, game 5 here to decide the 4 p.m. matchup. Swyrvs kickoff goal immediately 2 seconds in, and if there are any sort of doubts creeping into the Wolverines, that just completely obliterated it, at least for now. But again, there is quite a lot of time left. I mean, only 2 seconds off the board with 1 goal, so Wausau West still has a lot to work with. J-Li to center the Mao on the goal line. Taco's shot blocked off. J-Li pops it up, trying to put it down for his teammate, but not able to find the opening. Taco, Swyrvs just barrels through Mao. J-Li's there off the post. Schmiddy going to take this back. Fast break opportunity gets cut off, though. A great play in transition. Schmiddy with the demo on the Mao, and things are going to start ramping up for the Wolverines in terms of demos and, just possession of the ball at all times. Mao with the center, no one there to follow up. Everybody's got to play defense. Taco with the demo on the IrxFire. Mao passed. Couldn't really connect with J-Line. Mao almost got that goal, though. Swyrvs there for the insurance policy there. 3:50 to go here in this game 5. Schmiddy with the center. Oh, and it's just in. Okay. Just found the right angle off that right wall to put it through for Waukesha West. J-Line not able to defend that, and that's one of those hard ones to defend. Wolverines have found their way back to a comfortable cushion here, a 2-0-1 at best. Oh, a kickoff goal almost for Wausau West, and it's the first time Waukesha West has scored 2 goals in a single game of the series. Schmiddy with the save on the mouth shot. And again, Wausau West still just knocking on the door. Just need to find a way to hit some of these shots through the net. They have still a lot of time to do that. It's going to depend on where everybody is on the field, how synced up they are. And the thing is, against a team like Waukesha West, you need to establish yourself as a consistent, dominant force that consistently counter-adjusts to what they want to do on the offensive and defensive portions of the field. That one possible center opportunity, still not able to do it. Limited boost as well, and Waukesha West is trying to bully Wausau West and just waste time. That's the biggest factor here, is to waste time. If you're Waukesha West. That one's a 51 by Swyrvs. 2:30 to go. Schmiddy with the shot on line, but J-Line with the save. 2:25 to go. Taco on the goal line. Mao there in transition, but gets 50'd off by Schmiddy. And Waukesha West finding a way to slow down Wausau West, and how to do that. Make sure your rotations are clean, and you also boost starve Warriors to an extent where they just cannot seem to replicate what they were able to do in game 4. And that's a third one for IrxFire. That's a 3-0 lead with less than 2 minutes to go. This gets him right over Taco. Thought maybe Taco had a piece of that ball, but unfortunately did not. 1:58 to go in this game 5 between these two teams who have just been playing excellent Rocket League throughout most of the series. Regardless of who comes away winner or loser, I mean, both these teams can walk away and say, hey, we played a fantastic game of Rocket League. Definitely see if things shape out properly, these two teams, competing in the playoffs against each other one way or another. 25 to go here, and the time just of the essence for Wausau West. Taco flicks it over one, but can't get over Schmiddy. J-Line has an opening. Taco, he's got to be there to just fend off IrxFire. If you give IrxFire too much space, he's just going to be there every single time. Schmiddy, save. That one off the crossbar. Taco, that one's off the crossbar as well. Again, just Wausau West not able to generate enough offensive pressure on a consistent basis. It's sort of the story here. They sort of found their rhythm in games 3 and 4, but in this game 5, just haven't really gotten anything to go through the nets as Schmiddy's there for the save again. 35 seconds to go, and that one just gonna go in, and that, well, I don't like to say that's the dagger with 34 seconds left, but definitely one of those insurance goals to make sure that you have a good chance of winning the series. IrxFire, great effort there, and excellent pass from Schmiddy. Now off the kickoff, just trying to put one in quickly, and they do! So they get the connection there. Within a couple seconds, Mao with the pass, Taco just slotting that one in. A little bit of assistance from IrxFire's car as well. But 4-1, 28 seconds to go. Well, if you get a goal every 2 seconds, got a pretty good chance here. Waukesha West just got to focus on these clears within the last 20 or so seconds, and you're pretty much golden. Almost a Rule 1 happening between teammates. A little comical to see. Schmiddy pops it up for a center, and that one's going to be there for Swyrvs. That, my friends, I can say that is the dagger. 5-1, Game 5 scoreline. Waukesha West will come out on top, 3-2 in the series, and what was a hard-fought victory for them for sure. Just a simple match of chess is what we saw here. You know, Waukesha West had the advantage early on, then it was Wausau West, then ultimately Waukesha West just finding that groove later on in these series to better themselves as a team. That's a common theme we've seen from Waukesha West. Yeah, the Swyrv says in the chat, great matches. Indeed, I agree. Yep. So that will do it for the 4 p.m. matchup between Waukesha West and Wausau West. Once again, Wolverines coming out on top 3-2. And we will await to get things started for our next game, which is Wisconsin Lutheran versus Fox Valley Lutheran. I will go set up overlays and stuff for that, so I will be right back. All right, and we are back just like that. Going to be previewing our upcoming match, Wisconsin Lutheran versus Fox Valley Lutheran. On the side of Wisconsin Lutheran, starting roster, Ferdinand Forsaken, Pestro, and Moxie Too Cold. Ferdinand Forsaken and Pestro have been in the roster for a couple of years. Junior players, both Diamond 1. Moxie Too Cold, their freshman Platinum 2 in winter 2023. The Vikings 4-4 overall, 17-16 game record. They finished fourth place in Division II's Hot Shot Conference, Division II playoffs, Conference 2 fourth seed. First round, they were exited by number 5 Slinger 3-2 loss there. Winter 2024 season, they made the playoffs again. They were the third seed. And first round, they got a win over Elkhorn, and they lost to Chippewa Falls 3-1. Winter 2025. 8-5 overall record, 24-17 game record. They finished 9th out of 21 teams in Division 2. And in the Division 2 playoffs, they were the 9th seed, lost to the MSL Hawks. Winter 2026 roster moves, lost Billy Joe Baggins to graduation, retained Ferdinand Forsaken and Pestro, and added Moxie Too Cold. Winter 2026 season stats, 3-1 overall, 9-5 game record. Currently ranked 6th in Division 1 standings as of when I made these note sheets. I can tell you that Wisconsin Lutheran completed their 4 p.m. match against Whitefish Bay, and they lost 3-0. So they are realistically now 3-2 with a 9-8 game record. We will move on to the side of Fox Valley, starting roster. Davo, Bart Biggs, and Michael Goody. Sophomores there, champion 1 for Davo and Bart. And for Michael Goody, Diamond 3. Winter 2023 and 2024 stats are listed. And as you notice, the Foxes were back-to-back Rocket League champions. They had the roster of Curls, Cactus, Not Gabe, and Wild for a couple of seasons, or for a few seasons, I should say, and one of the greatest teams we'll ever see in Wausau Rocket League. And this past summer, Curls, Cactus, and Wild all graduated from Fox Valley. So now this season, a entirely new lineup for the Foxes, and chapter for them as well. But definitely one of the most prestigious teams in Wausau for sure. 2 Smash titles, 2021, 2022, and then the Rocket League titles that you see in the notes here. And, they almost came away with the 3P, but lost to number 1 Martin Luther 3-0. Winter 2026 stats, 3-1 overall, 12-1 game record. They're currently ranked 7th in Division 1 standings. Week 1, they took down Hartford Union. They lost to Waukesha West 3-0. Week 2, a win against Appleton East, and then a win against Port Washington, who was doing a trial run with their secondary team. But nonetheless, we will get both Fox Valley and Wisconsin Lutheran in the lobby shortly. And for folks who missed the first matchup, it was Waukesha West against Wausau West. Waukesha West won 3-2 after leading 2-0. Then Wausau West came back, made it 2-2, forced the game 5, and then Waukesha West would take game 5, 5-1, establishing momentum within 2 seconds with a kickoff goal from Swyrvs. That is basically the main headline so far from the stream. We're about to get started with Wisconsin Lutheran, who has some familiar faces on their team, and Fox Valley, who has a brand new lineup. Fox Valley did have a forfeit win in their 4 p.m. time slot. I can tell you that it was Sheboygan South who gave up the forfeit to Fox Valley Lutheran. And once this matchup is done, we'll go ahead and look at the Wausau Fenworks page just to get a little overview of what has happened so far in Week 3. So Bart Biggs, Davo, and Goody have all joined. And to make sure the players leave the teams, because for the general audience that is just watching, sometimes when you enter the team yourself, the matchup automatically starts, and we don't want that to happen. I think everybody is in here now, so we're able to get started here. Sometimes just gotta let the players know when they're able to join the lobby sometimes. But yeah, we are going to get things started here. Game number 1 between Wisconsin Lutheran 3-2, Fox Valley 4-1. See Pestro met by a brick wall. Davo, Bart Biggs with the shot. That one saved. Michael Goody with the goal immediately for Fox Valley. So Bart Biggs with a great 50 on the Vernam Forsaken. Michael Goody just a punch shot. Tom right in. Far down as well for Goody. It's a great way to start if you are Fox Valley Lutheran. 10 seconds into the matchup. For Wisconsin Lutheran, you know, just trying to find that consistency to take them to the next level. You know, the veteran players of Vernam Forsaken and Pestro, you know, definitely something to be sort of a backbone. Bart Biggs with the shot and the goal. And the Foxes just slamming the door shut on Wisconsin Lutheran. Even try to get that ball out of their half. Within 30 seconds, Fox Valley Lutheran up to 4:30 to go. Again, this is our first look on stream of the new roster for the Foxes. As I mentioned before, the veteran lineup of Curls, Cactus, Wild all graduated in the summer of 25, so had to find some people to fill the voids, and you know, Coach Nolte told me that these three are going to try to carry on the legacy. So we shall see. It's looking great so far. Pestro with the save for the Vikings. A little bit clumped up on the defensive side. Also noticing that Fox Valley Lutheran is doing a great job of boost starting as well. Goody with the shot, and it's just in. Pestro tried to get that out, but the bounce just unfavorable. Yeah, just tries to punt it up and clear it, but unfortunately just a little late on that one, and just falls right into the net after it bounces off of the crossbar. Davo with a huge punt. Oh, I tried to read that off the backboard. Esther with a phenomenal clear on that back wall. And it's just been a battle so far of Wisconsin Lutheran just trying to get it off their half. Haven't really been able to establish much offense in this one. As far as game 1 is concerned, Michael Goody with a hat trick. 3 for 3 on shots. Look out. That one just seems easy for Michael Goody. It's 4-0, 3:12 to go. Estro. Clear. It's going into Fox Valley territory. Never really said that. Oxy too cold. First shot above the crossbar. Vernam Forsaken. Trying to go in underneath, but not able to get anything to materialize. 2:40 and counting left in game 1, and Bart Biggs on the board for the first time, or second time, excuse me. He had scored that second goal, and now he's got 2 of his own on the scoreboard. 5-0 Fox Valley against Wisconsin Lutheran. Our Biggs with the 50. Vernam Forsaken trying to run some backup on offense. This demo from Vernam. Estro bumps into Moxie. Biggs trying to carry that pass for Nam Forsaken. Not going to let that happen. Moxie, little stop and go. 50. Shot is saved by Michael Goody, though. That ball is going to gingerly drop. Moxie out of boost. Caught in sort of that no man's land. Just, you know, in the play, but really out of the play, you know, in terms of just having that boost output to do something with the ball in that time window that you have. That's a center. One there immediately for the Foxes to take advantage of that. It's popped up. Goody with the 50. It's popped up as well. Triple commit on the side of the Vikings, and Bart Biggs trying to tried to read it twice. A little bit of a double commit there from the Foxes. They don't want to be too greedy and, you know, give Wisconsin Lutheran sort of that opening, whether you're up 5 goals or only up 1. Try to stay disciplined on an offensive side with rotations. Bart Biggs gets shoved off by Pestro. And that one's saved by Michael Goody. Michael Goody's been having himself a game 1. 3 for 3. Goals to shots. 2 saves. Devo having 1 assist on 3 shots. Bart Biggs a shot saved by Pestro. Michael Goody tried to follow it up, maybe with a little bit of a redirect. Fox Valley gonna put their seal on this game 1. It was just all offensively dominated by the Foxes. Wisconsin Lutheran did have a couple instances where they could have scored, but unfortunately Fox Valley has just, you know, been a little bit more disciplined when it comes to those rotations on both sides of the ball. So that'll be a game 1 victory for Fox Valley Lutheran. Again, the biggest factor here for Wisconsin Lutheran, only 2 shots on the net, something you do not want to see. If you want to contend against a team like Fox Valley, who has a shot output of 11, so that is 9 more than the Vikings. If they want to figure out a way to slow down Fox Valley's offense, just try to not cradle yourself in your own net, trying to defend constantly. Kickoff going in the favor of Fox Valley. Sure there to set it up mid, but no one there to really take it for Wisconsin Lutheran. Michael Goody going to be the first one to go there, looking for possibly a flip reset. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. That's a deep launcher from Wisconsin Lutheran. Right, Forsaken trying to get this one center. He does. Oh, Moxley shoots it a little wide. There was a little bit of a congestion on goal line there. Foxes live to fight another defensive stand. Estro with the center. Moxie trying to put that one through. Use the wall bounce. We saw that out of IrxFire very early on in the Waukesha West versus Wausau West series. A conventional thing for sure. Center from Goody, and Devo is there. They always say teamwork makes the dream work. Just a textbook pass there off the left side wall of the net from Goody, and Devo is just right there to secure it. Direct deposit, nets them a goal. Our Biggs soaring in the air, looking to just teardrop that one in. Not able to. Esther with the save. Again, on the side of Wisconsin Lutheran, have to find something to go your way on offense. Moxie missing the ball in transition there on offense. Goody takes a shot. That one's a little to the right of the net. Bart Biggs will stop and go there. Placing the ball above himself. Davo, 1-on-3 situation. Though knocks it away. Bart Biggs catches it in transition. Moxie. It's a center on the goal line. It's still in play. Davo and Bart Biggs 2 consecutive saves back to back. On the side of Wisconsin Lutheran, they're trying to get the offense going, but again, it's just Fox Valley Lutheran staying very disciplined. The center, no one there, just trying to play the clear out towards the middle. Bart Biggs dances around one, dances around Moxie, gets a center opportunity. Who's going to be up for that? No one on the side of Fox Valley immediately jumping onto that. Thought maybe Goody would. How to boost. That's a center shot, but Fernand Forsaken is there for Wisconsin Lutheran. I went on the goal line again. Fernand Forsaken, a demo. Moxie's shot. No good. Wisconsin Lutheran seems like they were just taking that game one to sort of fill out their opponent here, and they're starting to heat things up on the offensive side. That shot, oh, almost in for Goody. I know he wants that one back. It was an open net and all. Davo with the demo on the Pestro. The slow down Wisconsin Lutheran. That ball goes above Moxie's car. Davo, dangerous pass toward Goody on the goal line. Moxie shot again, saved. Wisconsin Lutheran has pretty much doubled, maybe even tripled their shot output from game one already. This is a great sign. Save, slight touch though. Fernand Forsaken, a 50 on the goal line against Bart Biggs. Davo with the center. That one's a little high. Moxie with the great clear. Gotta remember, Moxie, the new member of this lineup, a freshman player. Looking very solid so far. Ball goes past Goody, has to go back in transition. Just pass it along to Bart Biggs. Can you just get momentum for Fox Valley again? Side of that early goal, nothing really going yet for Fox Valley. And Goody just gonna let that one get knocked down. It's a 1-0 win for game 2. Yeah, there you go. Tripling the shot output was Wisconsin Lutheran, so that is a positive there. And you know, not really much you can really say for Wisconsin Lutheran in terms of negatives there, because they had some great pressure on the net. It just came down to Fox Valley being great on defense. That really stopped Wisconsin Lutheran from scoring there. Now it is game 3 with series points headed towards Fox Valley Lutheran, no pun intended. Michael Goody off the kickoff. Oh, losing where the ball is on minimal boost. Always a tough decision to either conserve your boost or just go fully at the ball as soon as it's, been kicked off. Bart Biggs with the demo on the Pestro now. Davo with a rebound there. Oh, the power of friendship works, and Davo gets the credit for the goal. Need to see a replay of this one. Wow. Yeah, just textbook power of friendship there. See the phrase power of friendship on Google or somewhere else? I'm sure a picture of those two, Michael Goody and Davo, will be there for your viewing pleasure. Devo looking for another goal. Vernon Forsaken stops him in his tracks for now. A center opportunity. Rudy gets shoved away by Vikings defense. Rudy with the center. That one is just in for Bart Biggs. Just slicing and dicing his way toward the net. Wow, what a shot. Wisconsin Lutheran kind of got caught up a little bit, in rotation as well on that defensive possession. Goody with the center. Devo with a slight touch. Mestro able to save that. And Bart Biggs, wow. One of those shots from all the way on the right side. Those are hard to make as well. And ooh. Yeah, those are ones you definitely practice in training. I know that for sure for me personally. I do practice a lot of those shots across the field because, not many people are really going to expect that kind of shot to be made. So kudos to Bart Biggs for that shot. And it's another one, bar down, a hat trick. Why not? Just pulling a rabbit out of his hat every single time in this game 3 as Bart Biggs and Foxes have taken control. Moxie with the save. Vernon Forsaken with another save. Moxie looking to follow this one up. Gets enough airtime? No, it does not. Michael Goody just cutting off that air support there to prevent Wisconsin Lutheran from getting a goal. Bart Biggs with the save again. Fox Valley not allowing Wisconsin Lutheran any kind of score. Just holding on to these large leads. Try to advance to 5-1 with this new lineup. Obviously, with the newer roster going against a veteran roster like Waukesha West, you're bound to drop a few games there. And again, there's no shame in that. The fact is just establishing quality wins and just putting your best efforts out there regardless of the opponent. That's how I view success with some of these teams in the league. Obviously, main goal is championship, but if you establish yourself as a consistent playoff contender, at least, you're pretty successful, especially with if you stick with the same roster, albeit depends on what class standing all the students are, but you can get something like what Fox Valley had and some of these other teams have. Really have a solid foundation to work off. Mestro trying to get this one towards Fox Valley's net. Moxie's there, gets shoved away. Bart Biggs going up in the air, looking to do something spectacular, but unable to do it in transition. Limited amount of boost for the members on offense for Fox Valley, the first and second man. Bart Biggs with the clear. Was right past Vernon Forsaken. That ball sails above Vikings net. A little over a minute to go here in this game 3, and again for Fox Valley, just trying to establish themselves and give themselves a little bit of credibility along the way as far as being one of those solid teams that we can see down the stretch in the winter 2026 season for Division 1. For Wisconsin Lutheran, again, just a team that's sort of, again, just finding their footing, and Bart Biggs and Devo connect for the 5th goal in Game 3 for the Foxes. Just a simple dump to Devo and Vernon Forsaken, sort of the pickle in the middle there. As So 39 seconds to go, Fox Valley has all but secured their 5th win of the season. That including forfeits and actual, scheduled wins. Although to that point, they only have 1 forfeit win on the season. The rest of them earned. Mere seconds to go. Wisconsin Lutheran. Oh my goodness. Well, Bart Big says, hey, let me take one more for the road. It's his 4th. That's just a great 50 there against Moxie. As I was saying, Wisconsin Lutheran will drop to 3-3 on the season. Fox Valley 5-1 to start their new chapter here. All still up though. See if Wisconsin Lutheran can put one more in. No. Bart Biggs is say no. We're gonna wrap this one up. Just gonna take it home. Fox Valley allowing no goals for Wisconsin Lutheran, and that is a wrap for the second match of Week 3's card. So now we will go ahead and look at some of the standings. So give me a moment while I tinker around for a minute. All right, things should be working now. So we are on the CFN Works page to check out the current standings and also the Week 3 results. I do want to let you guys know that Wausau West has completed their Week 2 Round 2 game against Bayport, a 3-0 win there. So yet another win for Wausau West, even if they didn't come away with the big one against Waukesha West. They still took 2 games off of the Wolverines, so it was still a phenomenal performance. Still have to make up their match against the Whitnall Falcons as their last makeup. Kimberly and Whitefish Bay also have to make up their match. Phillips and St. Lawrence Seminary. The rest of them have already been filled out. And for round 2, St. Lawrence Seminary and Sevastopol playing their makeup match, and then Pacelli and St. Croix still need to make up their match, which is scheduled for tomorrow at 4:30. Okay. On the Week 3 round 1, we'll start going through these. Whitnall 3-0 win over Bayport, or Washington 3-1 victory over Waukesha South. Madison West taking the win over Appleton East. Whitefish Bay, as we said before, defeated Wisconsin Lutheran 3-0. Hartford Union getting a victory against Kimberly 3-1. And our 4 p.m. match of the week for Week 3, Waukesha West winning 3-2. A surprising score for a lot of people who thought maybe this would be a sweep going the way of Waukesha West. It was going that way in the actual match, but Wausau West able to counter adjust to Waukesha West's, hyper aggressive style on offense, just try to demo them out, just catch them slipping when they weren't expecting a fast break opportunity to arise. Case defeating Kettle Moraine. Cedarburg takes down Elkhorn 3-1. Fox Valley getting that 4-win over Sheboygan South in Division 2. Freedom with the victory over Beloit Turner 3-1. Martin Luther with a sweep against Pacelli 3-0. With Little Wolf, taking the victory against Thorpe. Sevastopol winning against Rhinelander. Delvendarian getting a victory against St. Lawrence Seminary 3-2. A little bit of a hidden gem there. Barron defeats St. Croix 3-1. Watoma sweeps Nakusa. Brookfield Academy sweeps Phillips. Deerfield sweeps Williams Bay. Gibraltar gets a forfeit win against Stanley. And Random Lake a forfeit win against Seymour. Go to week 3, round 2. A couple of them are still in progress. Except for Cedarburg. They will go 2-0 on the week, taking out the Whitnall Falcons. Waukesha West currently leading against Case. Fox Valley Lutheran in our technically 5 p.m. stream, even though I started earlier. Fox Valley taking the 3-0 victory over Wisconsin Lutheran. Wausau West taking a victory over Kettle Moraine to improve their record further. Waukesha South gets the win against Kimberly. Whitefish Bay takes down Madison West. Bayport falling 3-0 to Elkhorn. Port Washington going 2-0 on the week, taking down Appleton East as well. And it looks like Sheboygan South had to forfeit both of their games, so a little bit unfortunate scenario for the Red Wings, but Hartford Union, the beneficiary of that. And for Division 2, a lot of these ones still ongoing. Sevastopol currently leading 2-0 against Brookfield. Pacelli and Gibraltar in progress. Phillips, Delvendarian, Random Lake, and Martin Luther. St. Lawrence Seminary gets a 3-0 win against Deerfield. Barron gets a win over Little Wolf 3-0. Rhinelander takes a victory over Williams Bay. St. Croix victorious against Beloit Turner. A couple of forfeits down here. Freedom forfeit win against Nakusa. Watoma forfeit win against Seymour. And a Thorpe forfeit win over Stanley. So we will look at the current standings as of now. Solely in first place as of now. Again, some of these matches are still in progress. Whitefish Bay 6-0. Followed by Waukesha West 5-0, Cedarburg 5-0, Madison West 5-1, Fox Valley 5-1, Elkhorn 5-1. Then it follows Wausau West, Hartford, Wisconsin Lutheran, Whitnall, Sheboygan South, Port Washington, Waukesha South, Case, Appleton East, Bayport, Kimberly, Kettle Moraine, and then Oak Creek, who will not be playing the rest of the season. In Division 2, Martin Luther 6-0, St. Croix 6-1, Freedom 6-2, Delvendarian 5-0, Barron 5-0. And again, some of these, wins and losses are a little bit skewed because of, week 2 reschedules and also, some teams not able to make matches due to inclement weather in different weeks and other things like that. But, once we get a little bit further down the stretch, week 5, week 6, we'll identify who really are going to be the strong contenders for the playoffs. Continuing, Little Wolf, Brookfield Academy, Sevastopol, Deerfield, Watoma, and Division 2 is, either going to be Martin Luther or somebody that just emerges from, the ashes here. Rhinelander, Pacelli, Random Lake, Gibraltar, Thorpe, Nakusa, Williams Bay, Beloit Turner, Phillips, Stanley, St. Lawrence Seminary, and Seymour. To wrap our little showcase on seeing the standings. And I will go ahead and get back to work soon to figure out what the match of the weeks are going to be for week 4, our doubleheader there. That will be next Tuesday, January 20th. We're already flying through the season, and it feels a little bit longer because of Christmas break was in there, but also feels a little bit short as well all the time. But it was a great stream today. I have been Andrew Jr., pleased to be commentating once again for Wausau Rocket League. And hope to see you back next week for the varsity week 4 doubleheader.